Two streams in a row, right? Yeah, I think I might have to
Yeah,
switch. I think I might have to switch my PlayStation.
technically difficult.
I do have a spare PS4 thanks to my stepdad. It was awful nice of him to give me his one now that he's not using it for FIFA.
Indeed.
Anyway, that was upsetting.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, I guess,
Yeah.
from time to time.
Well, I guess that means that whatever I was talking about is irrelevant now, and we can just move on to another thing. Do you have any news? Because my next thing is pretty much my only thing, but I think it will take a while.
I have not had the chance to go through any news whatsoever, so I'm actually skimming as we are resuming here.
It's been a slow news week.
Yeah.
Everything's pointing towards the next thing that I'm going to talk about. So good, we're going to get into it now. Chat's here too, so let's
Okay.
get going. Tomorrow,
Yep.
tomorrow is going to be a very special day.
Oh, really?
Allegedly so. There is a lot of buzz behind the scenes in the video game industry. Now you know, right? You know me. I I love Sony. I'm a big Sony fanboy. I've been PlayStation loyal for a very long time. But
Indeed.
that doesn't mean that I blindly follow everything they do and think that everything that Sony puts out is fucking awesome. I was one of the biggest critics of Last of Us 2. And State of Play, the last couple of State of Play have been not worth watching at all. They were dog shit. That VR one was fucking half an hour. I'll never get back.
Yep.
That was a waste of time. But apparently, the one tomorrow is going to make the 2020 State of Play. You know that one, the legendary one. It's going to make that look like the VR one. Apparently, tomorrow is going to be. We're going to be in the nursing home talking about it.
I think we are getting into dangerous territory with that kind of thinking, though, don't you think?
Oh, I don't. No. I don't know, man. Because like this.
How much hype is too much hype, man?
I don't know, because I've heard a few rumors and stuff, and you know, hype trains
Right.
pulled out the station, and I'm on board.
Okay.
So let's talk about some predictions, shall we?
Okay. I'm
What do
I'm
you
having
think?
a little. I'm gonna have a little bit of. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna see what other rumors are floating around.
Good idea. I don't want to have the I've seen the rumor mill advantage.
So
But I think we go through the rumors, the known rumors, and then we can talk about our own predictions, because I've got a few that I haven't seen on here.
okay.
Just go for, try and find like a top predictions, like one that's got like 10 or 15 in a list or something. Pretty sure Game Rant
Right.
had one or something.
I'm just.
That bastion
Okay.
of journalistic
Right.
integrity,
Okay.
Game Rant.
So PlayStationLifestyle.net. That's where we're going.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. So. So. Now that Silent Hill rumours have been put to rest, all eyes are on the rumoured Metal Gear Solid remake.
Every damn time.
Yep.
Now, from what I hear, if it is going to be a Metal Gear game, it's not going to be one. Alright, they did
It's gonna
that, it's
be
called Twin
Snake
Snakes.
Eater.
It'll be Snake Eater. What a
Yep.
thrill.
What a thrill.
That's my favourite Metal Gear, I think. So you know that if it is 3, you will be able to hear me autistically squeal from your house.
Well, the thing is, that article that said that was actually from like the 16th, before the state of play was announced.
Mm.
And
Okay.
they were like, oh well, you know, it was they might be having a state of play announcement soon. A third party announcement was what they said. Might have a third party announcement soon.
Yeah, they've said that this one's going to focus a lot on upcoming games and third-party titles specifically. And again, some of the other rumours that I've seen, oh my god. But that's a pretty big one. If MGS3 remake is announced, first off, it will mean that for the last 3 years my predictions feed on my Google has been right. It's just been very far in advance. Literally every time I open up my Google, there's some bullshit about like MGS3 remake reportedly happening. But the real question that I have is, who's making it?
Yeah.
Because the only person that I've seen, the only studio that I've seen even give a clue that they might have been working on a Metal Gear is a studio that did work on Metal Gear previously when they put out the HD collection on the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a studio that you might be familiar with, little known one. They're called Bluepoint.
Yes, indeed. Which, by the way, are now they're pretty much a first-party Sony studio.
Mm-hmm. So, Metal Gear Solid 3 Bluepoint remake exclusive. That would be big. That would be pretty
Huge.
big.
And it would kind of, following on from our discussion about the state of previously about the state of Xbox, like about it being kind of lost at sea this generation.
Yeah.
Aside from Game Pass, which is doing great, but that's not necessarily good for it.
What a service.
Yeah, it's too good. That's the trouble with Game Pass. It is too good for what they are charging for it, and it is sinking people because it's not something that people pay out for big games through.
Yeah.
They just get access to them.
It really is insane. It really is absolute madness.
So one thing that has broke, and this is something that is kind of tied in with kind of Sony's other kind of big strategy just now, is it did announce the launch of, just 3 hours ago, the Backbone 1. You heard of this?
Is this the accessibility controller?
No. So that's got a different name. I'll confirm that in a bit. But like, the Backbone is something that Sony hinted at, which was an Android peripheral. So it's a thing that you snap onto your phone that turns it into a controller. And you can play phone games with controller controls on your phone.
That's kind of cool, but it's also very worrying.
Yeah, and it's also tying in with supposedly a Sony push into the mobile sphere, because they're going to start putting games up on the app stores and stuff.
I mean, they've already got games on the App Store. You can get Final Fantasy games.
You can, but they are usually published by or at least funded by other kind of little studios, or adapted by those smaller studios.
Okay.
So it'll be Final Fantasy 6 or something on your phone, but it'll be Square Enix licensed by or remade by.
You know what? If it's FF6 though, I'll still take it.
Yeah. FF6 remake when?
Yeah. Oh god. Oh, imagine tomorrow they announce it. Oh god, that'd be huge.
That would be the hugest hopium ever. In fact, no. The hugest hopium ever for me personally would be the announcement of a Chrono Trigger remake.
Right, well, save it for when we're giving our...
That would be the greatest day of my life.
Let's save it for when we're giving our hopium and copium and predictions. What else is on the rumour mill?
Okay, I'm still trying to kind of I'm still trying to find a decent kind of compilation of them, to be honest.
Nice.
Right, here we go. Biggest rumours, leaks and predictions.
That sounds like the one.
So this is over an hour. and it will focus on PS5 and PSVR 2 games. So, let's get the first one. Right. So, first one on the list is Spider-Man 2.
Yep, seems obvious.
Which is last we heard sort of Miles Morales, and apparently Venom is to be quite heavily involved.
Yep, that makes sense. The other rumour that's going around currently is that this will be when they announced co-op for Spider-Man 2. It was something that was sorely missing in Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales, especially when there is now 2 Spider-Men.
That's fair enough. I personally, when I went through like Insomniac's Marvel Spider-Man, I thought it was a fantastic just single player thing. I didn't think it needed multiplayer at all, but that's just me.
I think it would be cool to have a mode that was available, like still have the awesome. I'm not talking about like some kind of cooperative multiplayer or whatever, but just to see the ability to have your friend drop in and like swing around with you and just do some like little side game bullshit with them.
Do Souls co-op.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm in a corner. I'm in a corner. Get out the corner.
Or whatever the the multiplayer in Devil May Cry.
Yeah, something like that.
DMC5 where it's like drop in, drop out.
Yeah, there's like, you're
in someone else's game.
That would actually be perfect. The DMC5 approach, where the story's got multiple characters doing different things in different, or sometimes the same areas at different points, and you can see their effect or them running at like different parts of the map, and it's just another player's able to be in control of that section.
Yep, they are a people.
That'd be super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. So next one here was Pragmata. Now, I've not heard of Pragmata. Do you know this one?
No, I've not heard of this either.
Right, okay, let's briefly detour to find out what that is.
Right. Because knowledge is power.
So Pragmata. Okay, so this is a Capcom game.
Ooh.
So apparently, let's see. So it's a sci-fi adventure game. It is kind of supposedly like full of like intrigue and like gadgetry. And you're in like an astronaut suit in the trailer, and there's and then the camera like cuts to a girl, and there's like some half cyborg cat. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with this. It's yeah, I can see why people are potentially excited about it. Alright, so right, here we go. So 2 huge heavy hitters, one after the other.
Oh god.
Okay. So first off, near and dear to our hearts, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I'm fully expecting more Rebirth news with it being so close to release and 16 basically being out.
Yes. Because like what's the point of doing more marketing for 16 now? It's basically already here.
They'll do a launch trailer for it at the event. I reckon it'll be their final trailer.
Aye, they'll like show like one thing that we've not seen yet.
Yeah.
They'll do like a Bahamut feature or something.
Ooh.
Or Odin.
Oh no, Bahamut's got to be.
So FF7 Rebirth. I mean, we have had precious little about it. What, if anything, do you think that they would show in a trailer?
Okay, there's two routes that it could go down.
Hmm.
I think we'll either get a bombastic, action-packed trailer that shows off some of the encounters that we can expect to come across in Rebirth, because we've not really seen anything. I reckon if they're going to show off anything, it would be maybe the fight with the dragon, or
Mm.
the fight with the big kind of guard scorpion thing that's on the way to the Mako reactor.
You think we see the Zolom?
Oh, the Zolom would be nice. That would be cool. But the other way that I think they would might go with it is the way that I think the story is going to go, which is leaning very heavily into the mistrust within the group that spawned from the the discrepancies in Tifa and
Yes,
Cloud's memory.
and the twist.
Hmm.
Yeah. So so yeah, there's they seem to be kind of like trying to kind of make that peg a little shakier, like the players the players' trust in these characters.
Yeah, because in the original game there was the discrepancies in memory, and Tifa was largely just like she didn't really say anything about it. She was just kind of sitting on her hands at the time. But it looks like this time they're actually going to address some of it and be like, I don't remember that. That's not how I remember it. What are you talking about? And then that'll
Yeah,
make people question, is Cloud legit? And
yeah.
I'm very excited about that. And I'm also, oh my god, do you know what would make me stick myself in my seat? And the only way I would get off it was when I ripped myself off it, stand up and scream.
Yeah.
If they show off him. Please, 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 please give me my boy. My filthy 32-year-old old man. 35? 35 is he? I don't know, he's an old fucker anyway, he's nearly
I think
dead.
it was 30. I think it was 33 because I think not too long ago. I think it was not too long ago. Like I had saw it and then like basically, had a bit of a self crisis because it was very close or the same as my age.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Please show me Sid.
Oh.
Oh god, he is such a fucking... Don't ruin him. You can't ruin him. He's got to be an asshole. He's got to swear all the time. He's got to be a chain-smoking piece of shit. Just
You know
please.
what that means though, right?
What?
That means we have to see an iconic airship taking flight moment.
Yes, we do. But just please, please, please let him be an asshole.
Yeah, let him be an asshole. Let him smoke.
Let him smoke. Let him be a piece of shit. I want him to be as southern as they can possibly get him. I want him to swagger in there and be like, "This my Sierra. I'll take you for a ride in her later."
And I want him to call at least one character an idiot,
Like Bobby from Supernatural.
like Bobby from Supernatural.
And I want him to sit down and just be like, "Sit the fuck down and drink your goddamn tea!"
Yep. Need to see that delivery.
Yeah, we need the sit down and drink your goddamn tea line. It's got to be. That's like Leon's "Where's everybody going?" bingo line in the RE4 trailer. We were all looking for it. It happened and everybody squealed.
And as for like playable stings, I'm hoping that we're going to see some, I don't know, like maybe see some Sephiroth party member stuff.
I hope we get that, and I hope we also get a little bit of a build-up to Vincent. I don't think he'll be in this part, but
Yeah, I don't think he will be. No, yeah, I don't think he will be. What I kind of hope that they do, and this is some way because like obviously with FF7 remake, they did change a few things, and it does make you wonder what they're likely to change from here on out.
Oh my god!
So what if, right? And this is a hot take or a prediction or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But see the whole the flashback memory in Calm.
Yes.
I don't think we'll get to play that all from beginning to end right away. I think that's going to be spread and split over several portions of the game where we go back to that moment a couple of times. And,
I could see that.
And we gradually get all the pieces of what happened before.
I think that could be the act split.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think is going to is going to happen. And I think they're going to, based on what obviously has to happen in this one, they're going to play it almost like Empire Strikes Back levels of these are the heroes at their lowest points.
Oh yes, we're going to see some shit. And the thing that I'm really excited about that I don't think most people have really talked about is that this is the prime opportunity to lead into Barrett's backstory. And Barrett's backstory is so good.
Yeah.
God, it's fucking tragic. And I really hope they make it like an episode of Berserk where everything's just dire and...
Well, look at what they did with some of the minor characters, the minor characters from the original game, and they gave them so much more life. And I think that they'll keep, because their kind of main focus, I suppose, was endearing us to Barrett quite quickly, and they definitely achieved that.
Yeah.
But Barrett, for me, in FF7R, is one of the most improved characters.
This is Barrett Prime.
Yeah.
They took whatever they did with him in Advent Children, where he had the cornrows and the fishnet vest, and they just went, right, okay, let's take that slider to the other side, shall we?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've got to see Cait Sith, and we've got to see the Golden Saucer. I think the Golden Saucer is undoubtedly going to be the mini game hub of the adventure.
I think so. I've just had a thought, right? Hear me out.
Yeah.
Because this is probably just me getting the tinfoil hat on. But there's been some other rumours circulating around about potential the next Final Fantasy remake game and what that's going to be, right?
Yeah.
Will we get to see Sailor Barrett? More importantly, Moomba, right? More importantly, obviously Barrett's sailor suit would make excellent pajamas. That's the meme from the first one, right? But more importantly, let me paint you a little picture of the thing that I want to happen in this game more than anything, alright? It's that scene. We have Sailor Barrett. He is buff as fuck, alright? He is bursting out of that fucking thing. You've got everybody else. They're all hiding in the crates and shit like that. They're all doing their thing. And do you remember who else was dressed up as a sailor in that scene in the original Final Fantasy VII?
Oh, of course.
And do you remember that nobody said a fucking word?
Not a word.
As
Definitely
if that shit was completely normal. I want them to not... I want it to be so goddamn obvious that that is a dog dressed up in a sailor outfit, and I don't want a goddamn... Remember the Scooby-Doo movie where they've got Scooby dressed up like an old woman and everyone's like, oh, hi, Grandma?
Yeah, the people totally buy it.
Yeah, I want that. I want nobody to bat a fucking eyelid, and I want all these really serious characters, the heads of Shinra, to be like, oh my god, they're genius, they're masterminds, how did we never see this at? This is incredible. And I want it to be so comically overdone obvious.
Yeah, just like to the point where you start to ask yourself the question, right, who let one of the Tekken writers in?
Yeah, like it has to be so weird and out of place and just... Oh my god. On his hind legs, waddling around, tail still hanging out the ass of his jeans. And everybody's just
Amazing.
like, oh, scurvy, eh? Rickets.
This guy are sick.
Yeah.
So,
what you mean? That's Officer Good Boy.
Okay, so moving on from Rebirth, much as it pains me to do so.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. One more thing. One more thing.
Okay.
I had a thought.
Uh,
Officer Goodboy wasn't my thought. That was a segue. There's been rumours about another FF game potentially being remade, and I think that FF7 Rebirth creates a unique opportunity to beta test the idea and see how well it would be received. And that
Yes.
would be if we used Fort Condor to
Aha.
almost beta run Final Fantasy Tactics Remake.
Right. Okay. Okay. I think. I mean, how much do you know about the FF7 remake DLC?
None.
Okay. That's interesting. Because they kinda did it.
Oh. Oh, great.
So just to kind of clarify what I mean, right? I don't think this is a spoiler, although I don't know what implications this has for the rest of the game universe. But Fort Condor is like a playable game within this FF7 verse. So it's like Gwent in The Witcher.
Okay.
And it's unclear whether Fort Condor, the board game that they play, is based on Fort Condor, the real place.
It has to
But-
be. That's where Phoenix is.
But it is a mini game it is a mini game that you play with other characters, like on a board, rather than a place that you go to and defend. And it, yeah, and and so the groundwork is there, and like if you that would be awesome to get a new tactics game. That would blow my mind.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
We just have like a little cheeky reference to it, a hint in the Fort Condor minigame. There's one character and he's called like Deleter.
Yeah.
Ramzo. Something silly like that. That's all I want. Also, the other thing I was just thinking of there was, I want them to get caught on the boat and everybody to be lined up, and for somebody to be like, "Did you think you would get away with this?" And then Officer Goodboy just stumbles by and is like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, on you go." On your way. And then you have a wee stealth section with Inaki where he's like, "The fuck is going on in this boat?"
Okay, so next one, and like I say, this is a 1-2 punch. So FF7 Rebirth was the first punch. The follow-up is Silent Hill 2 remake.
That's been announced. We've seen that.
It has been announced, but the fact that we're going to be getting more footage and perhaps gameplay from it now.
It better be real foggy. I want us to come out of
Yeah.
this trailer. I want us to come out of this trailer not sure what we've seen because it was obscured by fog.
Yep, pea soup,
Yeah, exactly.
masses and masses of mist.
It's like that old game Mist, like.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really that hype about Silent Hill 2. It's one of my favourite games of all time, the original one. The remake or the remaster that they brought out was obviously terrible and ruined the experience for a new generation of players. So I really hope that that's not the case again. I just let him eat me.
So were you not more of a Resi guy? Would you say you're more Resi or Silent Hill?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, we're choosing factions now apparently.
Oh god. Okay, I would say that I've always played more Resident Evil because there is more of it. But I don't know if if it came down to it and they were like, pick Resident Evil 2 or Silent Hill 2. Oh, I really like Silent Hill 2, like a lot. and 1 and 3 and even 4, not the rest.
So, so while you ruminate, do you want me to give my answer?
Hmm.
I played Resident Evil more, but I think that Silent Hill was more effective as a horror game.
Yeah, thank you for articulating my thoughts on that for me, Mr. Moral Compass. I appreciate that. Yeah, no,
Right, okay,
that's
we
it. I
got there.
think Silent Hill holds more of a special place in my heart for just what it did to me, what it made me feel. Whereas
Yep.
Resident Evil is like a thrill ride with old friends every time you put it on now.
Yeah.
Whereas like James is not my friend. No one's my friend in Silent Hill. No
Yep.
one. But definitely not James. You know, where any Resident Evil game, I'll pop that shit on. It's like, who are we playing as today? Oh, it's Leon, yay! Claire, my favorite girl. Oh, Red Cheerier too.
So, also in the chat there, Mimba says, I just want an 8 and 9 remake and I can die happy, to be honest. Actually, have a Hitman, wait until I finish them, and then bam.
8 and 9. Give me the 9 remake. I'll take that. 8. Come on, son. Come on,
But well,
son.
think about it. They have a chance to. They have a chance to make good of it.
Like, all right.
Can you imagine like doing a gunblade like all like a Nero?
No, because gunblades are still stupid. I don't get it. Do the bullets make it sharper?
Well, I suppose like there was. I was never sure what one it was in Final Fantasy VIII, right? So it's either like the hammer and the explosive charge from the gunshot vibrates the blade or something, or it is like a sword that is like forged around a gun barrel, which also fires a bullet into the target. It's one of the two. I don't know what one it is.
Nah. Nah, even if you dissect it and nah. It's, it can't be fun to swing. It looks like cause of the handles on that, surely all the weight's gonna be on your wrist.
I mean, like, to be honest, right? I definitely think that Squall's gunblade is a lot more practical than Cypher's one, which is literally just a pistol with a fucking big steel arrow on the end of it.
Yeah, well, do you know what? At least it's not a dog.
A dog.
Mm-hmm. Because if you make an FF8 remake, you're gonna have to show me in great detail how the fuck
Oh
that
yes,
works.
the dog launcher.
Yeah, the Angelo cannon.
Yes, wrist-mounted dog launcher.
Exactly. That's your ultimate Renoa. The fuck is what? Who built that? Did you? If we're the logistics of how that came to be alone could be a spin-off game.
Yep.
Who the fuck did that? Whoever built it had to have had Angelo and taken measurements for him. Renoa has to have Angelo on a specialised diet so that he doesn't gain or lose weight, so that the balance of the gun is never off. The dog's a fucking robot. It's got to be. There's no way it's real. It's got to be.
Right. Okay. So next we have one that we do know a little bit about, and we've only really seen a little clip for, and that is Marvel's Wolverine,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
which apparently has a hard R rating.
Oh fuck yeah! It has to though, because we already have a Wolverine game that came out and it had a hard R and it was very well received, and the Deadpool game at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, yeah, I think that's a shout.
Put him in his classic suit, you cowards.
I just want them to tell me how to pronounce literally everyone's fucking name. Keistis.
Questus.
Yeah, it was always Questus to me, but I can see how someone might arrive at that other place.
What are the characters in that game again? So you've got Squall.
Yep, you've got Squall, you've got
So you pronounce
Zell.
his name. Hang on, so it's Squall. You pronounce it Leon.
Yeah, Leonhart.
Yes. No, just Leon Leonhart. That's his name.
Leon S. Leonhart.
Crossover.
Yeah.
So it's Leon, and then we've got Renoir. Who the fuck else is in FF8? Zell Dinkt. Dinkt.
Yeah, Dinked. The Selfie.
Selfie fucking. Oh
Telmet.
shit. Yeah, that was it. I knew it was Tell something.
Yeah.
Selfie, Telmet. Questus.
Irvine.
Oh yeah, God, I hate him. He would be played by Kid Rock in the remake.
Would it be Irvin or would it be Irvine?
I hope it's Irvine because I only know this from watching a multinational competition like sports show. But in Korean, Irvang, which is like Irvine, is the way they spell idiot.
Brilliant.
And I think that's very fitting.
Yep.
The only reason I know that is because
Owner of the world's greatest choke.
there was a this competition game show, and one of the contestants from like America was called something Irvin, and every time they had to say it, the fucking Korean commentators were giggling away. So all the other commentators went over and like, "Why are you
Right.
laughing?" They're like, "Ha ha ha ha, Irvang, idiot!" Ha ha. It was amazing.
Yeah. And then I think that's it for FF8 characters, is it not? Because there is only like
Well, there's
there is only
Laguna
like,
and Kiros.
oh yeah, of course you get the altar party. So yeah, Laguna, Loire,
Oh yeah, Laguna Loire.
and
That's a
Ward
poor
and Kairos. I don't know I don't know their names.
NPC. It's French.
Yeah, NPC.
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 From the great clan NPC.
So yeah, Wolverine, cool, very cool. Knights of the Old Republic.
Maybe cool. I don't know if it could ever capture the magic of KOTOR though, because that was a game of its era and of its technological limitations.
Yeah, and supposedly that is what they're trying to recapture.
We have VR now, guys. Are you...
Don't forget Idea. How could we?
How could we? God damn it! I'm more excited about the.
I've heard Idea and I've heard Idea.
It's a day.
Yeah, I would have said Idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I need to go to the toilet before we get into this.
Ultimacia.
Ultimecia.
Ultimecia.
I've heard Ultimechia before. It's
Oh
Ultimecia.
God, no.
It's
Oh God, no.
Ultimecia. Right, toilet time. Be right back.
Yeah. This is a whole thing. I mean, like people form their own pronunciations of stuff when there is not like voice acting. It's yeah. That there's definitely a thing, and it's weird when it's not the same as someone else's. Do you know what I mean? It is really strange. You start wondering if people see colours the same as you. So, science of the gunblade here. I feel like when the sword comes flying down, the gun goes off as the sword connects. Yeah, see, I think it fires something, because making the blade vibrate is just stupid. Like that's got to be like that's got to be one of the dumbest ideas for a weapon ever. Yeah, you just fire a shot into some metal, put a giant shock through your hand, and drop the fucking thing.
What?
So I was talking about how dumb it is. The other method of gunblade, like mechanics, just saying like if it impacts the blade and makes it vibrate to cut better, that is so fucking dumb.
It's a vibro sword.
Yeah, you just a high frequency blade, you know, just but what would actually happen if you'd fired a bullet into or at least a cap into the back of a sword as you put a massive shock through your hand and drop the thing.
Yeah, well, I think the only way that I could see a sword with bullets in it being useful is if the sword is either really sharp, but like not swung with enough force to cut all the way through something so that it gets stuck in it, or it's really blunt and shit gets stuck in it, and at which point being able to just finish off whatever you're dealing with a quick shot and not needing to chop would be awesome. That's some apocalypse, like DIY home fucking defense shit.
Do you think that's what the point of the ignition blade is in Monster Hunter?
Maybe. I mean, the point.
So they take a swing and it's big and heavy and blunt, and the jet engines on the back just push it further in.
I keep doing that. I just need to bring it the fucking. Alright, next Room War, please.
Next Room War as well. It's the long-awaited potential Metal Gear Solid 3 remake.
Okay, there's only one way they could fuck that up. If it is an MGS3 remake, alright, there's only one possible way they can announce it.
Right. Well, I'm gonna just let you know, just before you tell me this, the studio that are supposedly porting it has been rumored here as well.
Is it Bluepoint?
And it's not Bluepoint.
Who the fuck is it?
So it's a developer called Virtuous.
Who are they?
They are the people who worked on Switch ports of games like Dark Souls and The Outer Wilds.
Right.
Which is not nearly as exciting as Bluepoint.
No, it's not, but alright. But no, the only way that they are allowed to announce Metal Gear Solid 3 remake is David Hayter coming out of a box, and he's got to say, "Kept you waiting, huh?" It's the only way I'll accept it.
So, next one is potentially a new Twisted Metal game.
Pass, don't care.
Yeah, never really had Twisted Metal. If there's any Twisted Metal fans in the chat, then I suppose that's good news for you.
Explain to me.
An online Horizon multiplayer project. Well, what else is coming out this week that they can clash with it?
Well, what else is coming out?
They'll announce that to be coming out the same fucking week as FF16.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, they'll have it slated in for GTA 6's launch.
Yeah, because Guerrilla Games are like they have to launch it alongside something that's going to completely eclipse their game. It's a rule at this point.
Yeah, they pathologically are. They're like cucks. Come on!
They keep doing it. They just keep doing it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. I'm just going to run through this next part.
Yeah. So yeah, they're saying that that they tweeted last year that they were expanding their team to develop an online project set in Horizon's universe. Whether that means like group fucking Monster Hunter type affairs, or whether that means like arena death matches or battle royales, I don't know what it means. Are we going to get Horizon Hunger Games? I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to get a Horizon Battle Pass where every time you get a track, you can unlock a different type of braid for Aloy's hair. Legendary Viking pleat. Oh my god!
So yeah, that's kind of heavily rumoured. Now, there's apparently a new game from Team Asobi, which is the studio behind a game called Astro's Playroom. I've not heard of this one, have you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh god. Give us a. I went down the wrong way. Jesus. Right,
So-
yeah, Astro's Playroom's a PS5 launch title. It's on the console and it's actually meant to be quite good.
Alright, sick.
Yeah, it teaches you the fundamentals of how the PS5 works with all the new features, while still being quite a fun game, allegedly.
Okay, cool. Oh, he's not well.
Fucking hell.
You're not a well boy.
I think that one was self-inflicted.
So, in the chat, Nibelheim. Nibelheim.
Nibelheim.
Nibelheim.
Nibelheim? I hardly know him.
Nibelheim. That's excellent. Classic. Alright, so apparently there's a Bungie are working on a new game.
It's about fucking time they made that acquisition worthwhile.
Yep. There is hinted that there's going to be a release date for a Final Fantasy 16 demo experience,
Cool.
which I will totally play.
Oh yeah.
And it might be and people have suggested, like, further grinding this rumor mill for this particular thing, that it might be released during the showcase,
That makes the most sense.
which would be cool.
I think that's
and we
the
are-
that's the hype thing to do, and we're not very far from launch, so yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, we're like exactly a month away from launch. It's 22nd of June.
Oh fuck me! I just went off the cliff.
No. Oh no. So yeah, the early kind of first impressions from the reviewing community on FF16, the people who have been allowed to play it, it's all sounding pretty positive right now.
Yeah, and they've also said, nah, we don't need a day one patch, we're good. Which, you know, ballsy. We got Death Kit, man.
Yeah, and much has been made as well of people's ability to seemingly play it in whatever way they want to.
Yeah, that's pretty hype.
So Yoshida has said quite openly, it's not meant to be an especially overly hard game. They're not coming at this the same way that the studio did with Stranger of Paradise.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be ultra difficulty, but you can play it at normal intended difficulty, or you can use any number of equipable items to make your gameplay easier in some way. Or you can just pretty much watch the cutscenes and act out the battle scenes, because in unlosable scenarios.
Yeah, it's got a very big accessibility shift from what I see.
Yeah, but accessibility and also just preference. It's catering to, it's catering to the, dare we whisper it, the casual gamer, the person who doesn't is not out to be challenged by their gaming experience. They just want to have fun.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit when you said casuals, in the same way that Top G throws up when you say women.
Huh? No, I will not be tempted by the filthy casuals.
I found the king in the gutter, and I picked it up. Crown,
Right.
found the crown, fuck.
So, now, no Sony showcase would be complete
Here it comes.
without a mention of this next one.
It's one that we love.
We do.
One of my absolute favourite fucking games.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood.
So yes, of course, the old Bloodborne is doing the rounds again. I mean, and this comes on two fronts. Of course, this is the people who are saying that yes, it is a Bloodborne remaster announcement, and you've got the people who are saying no, it's a Bloodborne remaster announcement with a PC port.
Now,
That's the hopium on display here.
that's the camps that I think make the most sense, sure, but I've got some even wilder hopium.
Okay.
Since we know the Bluepoint aren't doing MGS3, let's have Bluepoint work on Bloodborne. But let's not just make them work on Bloodborne. Let's give them Bloodborne 2.
Now, I don't know if you've seen it, but on VatiVidia's channel, he did an art competition. It was quite some time ago. It's there's probably been further like theorizing and crafting since then among the fans, but it was an art competition, and basically the concept of the art competition was to say, Bloodborne 2, how do you envision it? And it's all these different things. Like one person takes it to the place of sort of undersea, like sort of Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea type thing.
Yeah,
and it's
Waterborne.
Oceanborn.
That's fair.
Yeah. And that does that. The thing is that even makes thematic and lore sense, because we are told about an age of the deep sea. Not only like in Bloodborne itself, where like some say
Cosm. Boy.
is mentioned as coming from the sea. Like
That's where
many
the corpse of Abritus.
yeah, many many kind of Lovecraftian-esque cosmic horrors come from the sea, because it's like a deep unknown. And that's like the fear of the unknown is like the heart of cosmic horror. If you don't have that, you don't have cosmic horror. But like there's a whole host of different ways in which like Bloodborne has been done. Bloodborne 2 has been done in this thing. There's like people have imagined it like a sort of bloody period correct like Venice. Where it's all like watery canals and things like that.
Yeah.
In between the streets.
What I think would be really cool. Got chat saying too much pressure. I don't know. Hear me out, right? There's already precedents for Souls games being made in collaboration with Miyazaki without his necessary input. Right? Dark Souls 2.
But it is direct involvement.
Yeah, it's not super well received, Dark Souls 2, I get it, but Bluepoint have the caliber, I think, to make the game functional, right? That's a huge first hurdle. Then after you get past that, it's really just a case of creating new assets, which they have really good experience up-resing old ones. As long as they've got somebody giving them the designs, I don't see why they couldn't.
Yeah. think that and like that this to kind of tie into like saying give Blue Point Bloodborne 2. Like, I think it would be really awesome because like I don't know if you've seen like much footage of what they did with Demon's Souls.
I'm actually playing it with a friend every Monday.
Yeah, that's right. You did say. So you know how gorgeous that game is.
Oh god, yeah, it's so goddamn good.
And did you play Demon's Souls in its original form?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so
I have
you
the
know
Demon's Souls OG Platinum.
So you know that the remake, not only does it look gorgeous, but it is also very faithful to its source material.
Even with the Aphantasia, there are so many points in the game where I'll go to it and I'll say, I remember this. I remember the prison, the jail where you have the Cthulhu guards.
Yep.
As soon as I saw Tower Knight, it was just like, oh, Tower Knight, my boy. Archers everywhere. And yeah, it's just been such a good nostalgia trip. We got to an area last night when we were playing where...
Getting pounded into the dirt by Flame Lurker.
Yeah. We got to an area last night in the game where as soon as I seen it, I just went... Gargoyles jumping down from overheads. Like, perches that they're on.
Your FromSoft early warning system went off.
Yep, it did. But yeah, the game's just ingrained in there. It's so good. It was one of the best experiences of my like early hardcore trophy gathering career, because that used to be the prestige trophy.
Yeah. That one came with a bit of weight.
yeah, that was my first proper like I'm a contender.
Serious bragging rights.
Yeah. And now there is, well, with the exception of Demon's Souls remake, which I'm working on just now, it's the only game in the series that I've not got.
Yeah.
Sekiro, I guess, doesn't really count.
Oh yeah. Sekiro, I really want to play at some point in the near future because I hear such good things about it, and apparently it is like you know how like part of the appeal with Bloodborne is that the gameplay style is hyper aggressive and it rewards risk.
Yeah.
So Sekiro kind of does that too, but it specifically rewards you being being able to parry things.
That's getting up. Okay.
So you get all these sort of like epic sword clashing moments when you're playing as the character. Yeah, I think it looks really cool.
No, not getting up. Oh, weird. Yeah, I mean,
Plus, there's a lot of voice acting in it.
Yeah, that's true.
And optionally in English or Japanese.
It'd be awesome to hear that again.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just think that Blue Point could do it justice. I have a lot of faith in them after everything they've done so far.
That was the point I was making. So like with Demon's Souls, you've seen how much effort that Blue Point have put into that, not only to make it look fantastic, but also to be very, very faithful to the original experience with a modern coat of paint and modern conveniences.
They made Patchy's so much worse to look at. I don't know how they did it.
He's awful to look at.
What's the fucking wrong with his face, man?
He has so much nose.
He does.
That's a wedge of cheese on there.
Yeah, I know, right. What's the next room war?
So that is let me see. Right, okay. So the next ones are to do with not are to do with PlayStation itself.
Right.
So there are two big hardware rumors going around just now. So the first involves the PlayStation handheld device.
The what now?
Yeah, so as apparently
PSP2?
So apparently it's not. Apparently it is a remote play device. So it is not strictly speaking using your PS5 to be portable. It is more using your PS5 as a personal handheld, and you like stream your games onto it essentially.
If you can take that on the go, that's going to be fucking incredible for me.
Yeah, I think what they're looking to do with it is like a cloud platform.
Yeah. Still not PSP2 though.
No, it's not. So yeah, I don't. I think this one's a little bit doubtful. I think this is the first one that I'm like, probably not.
You're pressing X to doubt, are we?
Yeah, press X to doubt. Yeah.
Getting mashed X.
Yeah. And the next one, which I don't think is any more likely, to be honest, is the rumours of a PS5 Pro.
It was too early.
For lack of a better name. It absolutely is too early. I think what we're more likely to see is like the arrival of some sort of slimmed down version of the PS5.
Yeah, that sounds more like it. A new design, because the PS5 in its current iteration is fucking big.
It looks like Seto Kaiba.
It does.
And it is like half as tall as the Kaiba Cop Tower.
Fucking right as I'm taking a draw, man. Come on. Try to kill me.
It does. It looks so much like his big jacket.
No, it really does, but it was the half as tall as Kaiba Corp. Like, god.
Yeah.
No, he's got a point. He's out of line, but he's right.
My God. But yeah, so I don't really. I think if they're going to announce a piece of hardware, it's got to be like a PS5 Slim or a PS5 Mini or PS5 Svelte or whatever they're going to call it.
PS5.
I just wanted to use the word svelte.
It was well used, yeah.
Yeah. So what else we got? We got updates from Naughty Dog.
Oh no, not them.
Sucker Punch, Bend Studio, and Housemarque.
Okay.
Okay, so Sucker Punch, if you don't know, are the Ghosts of Tsushima people.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Ghosts of Tsushima?
No, I want to. It's on my list, but I've just got.
Cool,
so
I
much
might
going on
redeem
right
it.
now. Oh no.
I mean, I'm quite a few points away, but how rare it is. A game which I have a platinum and you do not.
Oh, I see how it is.
No, it's really sick.
Is that going to be the 2024 challenge? Is just going through every game on your list that I haven't done?
Yeah, just to just to pound me into the dirt.
The friend match stream.
The
2024
career match.
2024 is the Civil War arc.
Yes,
Let's
love
go.
it. Civil War.
You can start throwing fucking spanners in the work, going like, I know he doesn't like playing this game, I'm going to get the platinum on that, so he has to get it as part of the challenge too. And I'm like, no! I didn't want to play fucking Balan Wonderland!
Is this the year where we soul link games?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh man, yeah, I'm hyped for that.
Right, so Ghost of Tsushima 2 is potentially to be announced. The rumours have been flying around for a while that they were getting ready to show at least something of it. And yeah, like I say, first game was fantastic. I really liked the combat in it more than anything else.
It's very
So, like,
Arkham-y, if I'm right.
Yeah, so the way in which you fight in this game is entirely like it's player choice led. So I'll give you an example, right? There's kind of two facets to the character that you play as. You can either choose to be like stealthy, leaning more into the ninja style of Japanese warrior. You know, being a rogue and you know, using items like kunai and smoke bombs and firecrackers.
Yeah. You can play Tenchu or you can play Afro Samurai.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is the other thing. So you can choose to be, you know, Tenchu stealth assassin, or you can be the samurai that goes up to the front gate and shouts, demanding someone to come down and fight him.
He shouts, "Omayo, Sindeu."
Nani? But literally, I like to refer to it as the square go mechanic.
Okay.
So basically, like, if you choose to be a samurai, and this was like the path that I kind of went more down for like a good portion of the game. What you get to do is, like, as you approach a settlement, you can press up on the D-pad to do a standoff.
Right.
And what this means is someone from the encampment comes up to you and attempts to like sort of samurai showdown with you, like where you both got the swords sheathed.
Okay.
And you sort of quick draw each other. But the thing is, like, as you get better at this and as you unlock more like talent points for the samurai stuff, you get to chain enemies with this. So you can square go at the start of combat and take out like 4 guys.
That's awesome. fuck.
So yeah, like the samurai combat is definitely more like your Arkham. It is direction plus attack is the way that you will swing.
Cool.
And you never really lock onto an enemy. You sort of just like soft lock onto them when you're attacking them.
Yeah. Your character will point in that direction so that the attacks are swinging in one way, and you move the stick and he'll move on to another one.
Yeah, and it's remarkably like kinda. It feels like remarkably good. Like you get the impression that you are in a sword fight rather than, you know, hacking and slashing away.
Yeah.
Because
we
like
can maybe play that.
Yeah, if you fail the square go challenge at the start, you start the battle with like a fraction of your health. So like there is a bit of stakes involved, and it does get quite tense, and like that's just like another way that the game is really enjoyable to play. So yeah, I think I will redeem it when I have enough points.
Cool. All right. Well, I will make sure that I continue to avoid all media for it, so that everything is a surprise.
Nice. So apparently there's another one is Bend Studio, which is apparently working on a new IP. What did Bend Studio make again?
Good question.
Bend Studio. Let's see. Oh, right, they're the Days Gone Siphon Filter people.
Oh, Siphon Filter.
Yeah.
I'm old, I remember that.
Yeah. Siphon Filter, Days Gone people. Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. So do you think we'll get a Siphon Filter? A new Siphon Filter game?
Maybe. I mean, Siphon Filter did go up on the old ones went up on PS Plus thing, and Siphon Filter 1 was one of the few PS1 games that they backdated trophy support into.
Oh, nice.
So there is a good chance that that was almost a tease to see if there was interest. Like, they could almost use the people that gain platinums to see what the install base is for that.
Yeah. So next up we have Media Molecule, which
They're
are
the Little Big Planet guys.
yeah, they are the Little Big Planet and Sackboy and Dreams people.
Oh yeah, Dreams, mind that.
Their Dream is dead. I think they're stopping support for it, but they always do big things. They always seem to have a fairly massive budget to do big things.
Little Big things.
So unless Dreams is a lot less successful than I thought, then that's going to be maybe a significant announcement.
Yeah, I just don't know what their next thing would be. Where do you go from Dreams?
Yeah, that is a good point. Maybe they just release some form of dev kit.
That kind of makes sense, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like idiot's guide to rudimentary game development.
Instead of Dreams, it's just called Everything.
Game dev for dummies. It'll be a media tie-in. It'll be that. It'll look like that.
The books.
That books, yeah.
I had Guitar Player
Series
played
of
for
books.
dummies.
And what were Housemarque? Housemarque. Oh right, yeah, they're the Returnal people.
Oh man, that is one of the games that I'm so looking forward to playing on PS5.
Yeah, I cannot wait to play that game. Because it is so interesting. It's a sci-fi roguelike experience where
Alien?
every playthrough is different, and it's also sort of like Alien.
It's totally Alien.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about Alien.
Yeah. But like it seems to be like infinitely random possibility Alien.
Yeah, oh no, it just looks so goddamn cool. It looks amazing, like visually stunning, and it just the world just looks like the exact kind of thing that I'm all about. I cannot wait to play that game.
I've seen trailers for it where it looks at points it looks as if it descends into a sort of bullet hell type game.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you might not necessarily get more powerful, but the power comes from knowledge of how to handle every enemy and its different attacks, patterns and styles and shit like that.
Yep, pretty much.
By the time you get to the end of it, you're going to be dancing, bobbing and weaving through all that shit, feeling like a goddamn king.
Yeah, but also by the same token, it's like games like Dead Cells and Binding of Isaac, and that every run is different.
Yeah. I think it's more like a roguelite, or like whatever one means that you get persistent upgrades.
Well, yeah, like so roguelite is like it has like kind of roguelike elements. A roguelike is like your Hades and Dead Cells and like games where yeah you'll unlock things and you will be able to you'll be able to attain the same level of good or the same level of advantage fairly quickly, and the better you get at it and the more stuff you unlock. But other than that, every run is unique.
Yeah. That's
so. Binding of Isaac is a game that you can play. Have you ever played it?
No, I have not.
It's supremely fucked up, but it's one of these games that you can play like 100 times back to back. You can do 100 runs of the game, and every single one is different, and you'll end up with different attacks, weapons, loadouts, everything.
I really like that Vampire Survivor shit. Game of the Year, Vampire Survivor.
Yeah. So yeah, you like at one, in one playthrough, you might be standing in the middle of the stage while a million projectiles all orbit you and kill everything in the room, or you have a charge beam that wipes out like a third, a quarter of the screen.
Yeah.
When you let it go in a straight line. So there's a lot of a lot of different possibilities.
Oh, everybody's here. Whoa, hello, big lad.
Hello.
Little lad, I seen you.
So Naughty Dog, they are definitely working on some Last of Us multiplayer project.
Oh, not fucking factions. That was the reason that I didn't get the platinum in the PS3 Last of Us.
Yeah. So it'll depend upon. Apparently, it'll depend upon like when they're announcing it for, like essentially what kind of game it's likely to be.
It's just Call of Duty, but it's
Yeah.
with the Last of Us controls, and the Last of Us controls are not fucking great.
But like, if for instance, like, if it's not scheduled to come out until like 2025, then it's probably too early that we're going to see any form of gameplay. It's probably just going to be proof of concept or a title slate.
I think this is going to be a very, very rude awakening for Mr. Druckmann. That who the fuck is going to play this game on launch?
Yeah.
Who's going to play it? What is going to be the persistent fan base for that? What are going to be the launch numbers? I don't see it being successful in any way. Nobody wants a Last of Us competitive multiplayer experience. People just wanted a Last of Us 2 that wasn't dog shit. We couldn't even do that. And then we wanted Last of Us 1 again, and Naughty Dog were like, oh, you guys really want the first game again because you thought that was great? Alright, we'll re-release it for you, but it'll be broken. But alright, I guess.
So, next one I think is going to be something that is quite near and dear to you. Death Stranding 2.
Oh, cool.
So that's something else that's rumoured that may pop up.
I like Death Stranding. I'm probably the only person that liked Death Stranding, but you know what? If Genius Kajumbo puts it out, then I will play it.
But yeah,
Oh, that was awesome.
there's some I suppose there's a good chance that we will see some of that because we have already had that teased.
I think so. We've already had a few actors that are going to be in it confirmed that it's real. I mean, I think it was Norman Reedus himself that was like, "Oh yeah, we're working on Death Stranding 2." Oh fuck, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, he got his knuckles wrapped on Twitter. Kojima said, "Get back in your personal chamber."
And then Norman Reedus was like, "Yes, Kojima-san, please do not do what you did to Shinzo Abe to me." Political assassin, Kojima-san.
Oh god, remember that?
It was France almost got sued by Kojima. France, all of it, just France.
All of France.
Yeah, just France nearly got taken out by Kojima. What an amazing time to be alive that was. God damn. Is that it? Is that the end of the rumor
Yeah,
now?
I'm just looking through. Apparently, there's a rumor that FF16 doesn't currently have any DLC in the works. So yeah, I'm okay with that as well. If the game stands on its own 2 feet, that's all the better.
No day one patch, no DLC, no microtransactions. Yoshi P, you fucking anarchist.
You're spoiling us.
I know, right? He really is. He's laid out the red carpet. You get to the end of the red carpet, there's a velour bed in the shape of a disc. You get on it, it starts to rotate. You hear some PlayStation intro music. and he comes out with the caviar and the wine.
But Yoshi P also had some. He had a wild take recently. You ready for this one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So this is a questionable take.
All right.
Our boy Naoki Yoshida, Yoshi P, says maybe it's about time to remove the numbers from Final Fantasy's titles.
No. We have a thing. We've had a long-standing thing going.
Yeah, we need to get to Double X.
The only way we have to get to Final Fantasy 29 and then it stops. Because there's no possible way they could market Final Fantasy XXX.
No chance.
That exists. You try and Google search that, it's going to be, the actual thing will be suppressed by 100 pages of porn. So yeah, 29 is when I'll say like, yeah, okay, maybe. But right now, no, we're a long way out.
So yeah, he says that maybe it's about time to remove them from the titles. I think that would be weird, and there's a lot of pictures like floating around, like sort of being memed of the titles of, like, you know, the title cards for the FF games thus far,
yeah,
with the numbers removed, and it is super weird to look at.
I think what would be even weirder is because they obviously couldn't just call them Final Fantasy, so this would be us getting into subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
So like, just use the existing games as an example. Like Final Fantasy VII, what would that be? Like Final Fantasy VII, Arbiters of Fate. Final Fantasy VIII.
The live stream.
Final Fantasy VIII, Prison School.
Time compression.
Final Fantasy IX. Medieval Madness. Made them really shit. Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy IX Medieval Monkey Business.
Oh, there we go. Final Fantasy X, the wetter, the better.
Oh god. That seems against the teachings, brother. 11 doesn't count, fuck off. Final Fantasy 12.
The Empire strikes again. No, sorry. The Empire Strikes Bash. The Empire Strikes Bash.
Yes. Give it to me. Anyway.
Final Fantasy 13, please.
Please
play me. The Claire Affair.
Oh my god. Hope and vanilla ice cream.
Oh no. 14 doesn't count either.
14 doesn't count either. It's its own entity now.
Final Fantasy 15, Euro Trip.
Aye. Why do I feel like one of the if that was the case, at least one of the FF15 primary characters would be Paul Rudd. Right. This is something that I was kind of thinking about the other day, and I don't know if you'll be able to unsee it afterwards, right?
Right.
Imagine Paul Rudd as a live action Dante.
Oh no. Right.
He has the same shape of face.
What popped into my head was, have you ever seen Wanderlust?
Right.
Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
Right, do you know what it is?
No, I have no idea what it is.
Right, okay. It's a movie that Paul Rudd is in with Jennifer Aniston.
Right.
And the whole point is that they go to like some kind of weird fucking hippie commune, and the leader there, it's one of these like free open relationship communes where like there's
Oh,
no
it's like
attachment, whatever.
swingers camp, right?
Yeah,
Got
basically.
you.
And the guy that's running it, well, it's a cult, it's a scam. But the guy that's running it really wants to sleep with Jennifer Aniston, and can you blame him? And you know, so he's doing the whole thing. He's trying to woo her the whole time she's there, and finally they get them to agree to like the cult like open love rule. And what's gonna happen is this dude's gonna bang Jen, and Paul Rudd gets to have an evening with one of his many wives.
Right.
So Paul Rudd is in the bathroom and he's trying to psych himself up for going out and having sex with this random woman that isn't his wife, while his wife is getting banged by the weird hippie cult leader. So he's in the mirror and he's just going, I'm gonna put my dick in. I'm gonna put my dick in you. Oh yeah, it's gonna be big old brimming bowl full of fuck. Oh yeah, it's gonna be magically delicious. You're gonna be my lucky charm. I want to fuck. I'm gonna lick it. I'm gonna lick it. Slap it. So now I'm just imagining Dante, played by Paul Rudd, walking up to fucking lady, who would be played by the weird bird for fucking Flight of the Conchords, and he'd just be like, I'm going put my dick. I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you some of this. Some of this. I'm gonna get some. I'll send you the scene after the stream. It's fucked up. Hey, whoa, back up, lady. You're in my personal space.
Yes, here we go. Strap yourself in.
For what? The fucking remains of Olga Gerlugovich?
Oh no, we're going places.
To the gulag? This place is putting the goo in gulag. A Herbitor? A Shen Goren?
I think more like kind of mother brain.
Shen Gobren. Right, first off. Yeah, nope, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, this boss gave me serious Metroid vibes.
Yeah, it's pretty weird looking. Oh, it's a fire in this lasers. Wahoo. Yaha yahoo, it's staggered. Let's go. Shoot it in its squishy bits. Huge damage.
Yeah, the Gauss Cannon does a lot of work when it's staggered.
Let's go for a rocket launcher. Haven't used you very
Rocket
much.
launcher.
I like the flip, that's cool.
the old Exorcist trick.
Yeah. Right, get down you.
But yeah, I think
that
that sort of rounds off the rumours. Now, is there anything that you've got that's kind of hopium for tomorrow night?
Yes, I have two things that I would love to see that weren't mentioned, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
One is the next game in the Monster Hunter franchise.
Which I think is very, very much possible. As it stands at the moment, with Sunbreak, we are approaching, I think it's the last title update. Which they have not announced the monster that will be the kind of flagship of that title update. So, you know, I don't think it's likely that we're going to get Fatalis again.
No, too soon.
Or Alatreon. because that also feels too soon. Alatreon came and put us through some shit. Um,
No, the next
but
time I want to see Fatalis, I want to see it at the end of World 2 as a Crimson or White Fatalis.
yeah, so I think where we're kind of going from here is maybe like they'll probably be going for. I think they'll probably introduce like a new Ultimate Dragon, like a kind of new sort of Black Dragon level threat.
You don't think they'll bring something back that we haven't seen in a while? What's the one with the shit in its head?
With the shit on its head.
Yeah, it's got a dragon piercer in its head.
Oh, Gogmazios! That would be amazing.
Yeah, why not bring back Gogma?
Yeah. Oh my Gog.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Like, good night, everybody.
Good night. But yeah, I think that it is because we are now at the end of Sunbreak's cycle. I think we can at least expect maybe an announcement or a title card or something just to let us know, by the way, we're making something.
Yeah, I think so. Now, the
I don't
question
know
is,
if that...
will it be World 2?
Will it be World 2? And, I think there's a good chance of it being World 2. And I think if it is World 2, we're not going to get to see anything.
No, I don't think so.
We'll get to see the logo come up on screen, and we'll maybe get like the silhouette of a particular recognizable monster flying by.
But what if it's Legiacrus?
Yeah, what if it is
Legiacrus? What if they open Monster Hunter World 2 and the emblem is like Legiacrus is wrapped around it and they're like, we did it guys, we figured it out! He's coming! And then everybody is like, yes! Legiacrus, let's go! And then you get in and you fight it and you go, oh yeah, I remember this fight fucking sucked.
That could mean Najarala as well.
Oh, just give me all the GU shit.
And see like and for the really big raid boss, Dalamadur.
Ooh.
The giant snake.
Yeah, now you're talking.
Yeah, because they can make a huge set piece out of that.
Absolutely. I want some of the weirder monsters to come back as well. Like, why can't we have like Lao Shen Long, Shengo Ren? Some of the bigger raid ones that were way more interesting than Zora Magdaros.
Lao Shen Long walked about like it had flies falling off it.
Yeah,
I found it really boring.
Alright, Lao Shen, like Shengo Ren then.
Yeah, okay. Giant enemy crab here.
Yeah. I liked them all. What was the floating octopus?
That's Yamasukami.
Yeah, it was in one game.
The big green hill with tentacles and a big gob underneath.
Yeah.
With disturbingly human teeth.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I love that. It was so weird looking. What about Kongalala? Blangonga?
Yeah.
Hermitor? Senator? I
Well,
got my wish for Chameleos.
Hermitor and Seanator are in Sunbreak.
Oh, sick. See, I didn't know that. That would have been a nice surprise.
Well, don't worry, plenty of surprises to come. A hunter must hunt, and hunt we shall next week.
Yeah, it's been made official. I bought Rise, so we are going to be playing Monster Hunter on stream again. If anybody else wants to get in on it, please join us. We've got room for 2 more.
Yep.
Now, hear me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I already sent you this, but I'm going to say on stream. How cool would it be if instead of World 2, we went a little bit left of field and we used the RE engine to remake a classic Monster Hunter?
Right, okay. I would be cool with this happening for 4.
I want Freedom Unite.
Okay.
And then Monster Hunter Fur, right? Freedom Unite remake. That's good marketing right there. It sells itself.
Yep.
I think it's not gonna happen ever, but that's my serious hopium.
Do you know what? Do you know what I would expect actually? And this would really have people shook. If they announced World 2, but in part of the the trailers for it or something, they announced like the magnet spike as a playable weapon in a Western Monster Hunter game.
Oh, so we're gonna start bringing in like tonfas and shit.
So bring in some of the other weapon types that we've maybe not had in a game over here before.
Yeah, that could be cool. Some frontier weapons.
Have you? Yeah, the frontier stuff is wacky. Have you ever seen the magnet spike work?
Yeah, it's wild, man. I used to watch frontier
nutty.
videos all the time. Like, what the fuck is going on over there? Your Monster Hunter game doesn't look like ours.
Are we playing Attack on Titan now? But yeah, so I think that is possible. We're going to get a Monster Hunter announcement of some kind, and during this thing as well.
God, I hope so. You know I'm going to be hype. Again, that's another one where you'll be able to hear me squeal.
Yeah. Okay. As I say, it would be. I mean, this is truly like low probability territory now. But like, as I say, if they announced a Chrono Trigger remake, it would be the greatest day of my life.
That's yeah. I would really hope that comes to pass. I think we actually have a good chance of seeing one that I'm really hyped for that we know is coming. Fuck! Don't stand on them. He's doing that. We actually have a good chance of seeing Jet Set.
Yes, we do, because that apparently is very much in active development, if not near completion.
Oh my god, amazing! Yeah, give me Jet Set.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think.
I'll be right back.
So guys, if people have been listening, is there any games that you hope get announced tomorrow night? Because this showcase we're talking about, of course, is apparently running for an hour tomorrow evening. So doubtless the stream on Thursday will probably feature some discussion on that. If there have been some significant announcements there. Does anyone else got like kind of any predictions? Be interested to hear them. Or is anything that we've discussed so far a game that you're looking forward to? This year is proven to be probably this year is probably proven to be quite expensive for me when it comes to games. What we're talking about, Kino, is there is a PlayStation showcase tomorrow evening. It is running for about an hour. We are theory crafting on what we expect to see there, or hope to see. It's we've kind of gone through the reasonable arguments, and now we're in like wild territory.
So, wild territory, shit that I would like to see. New Soul Reaver's always on the list.
Yeah, New Soul Reaver would be, again, earth-shattering.
What about Parasite Eve?
Parasite Eve. I mean, that's not a game I've thought of in a very long time.
I think about it often. Did you know? Here's a few things, right? I'm not sure if you knew this about Parasite Eve, but the game is actually a sequel to the book that Parasite Eve originates from.
Alright.
Which I think's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
There was also a very successful movie, which I've not seen, but I want to now that I know it exists. But no, I would love to see Parasite Eve come back somehow, or Vagrant Story.
Yeah, Vagrant Story would be cool.
Maybe watch a playthrough of Vagrant Story after the stream, actually.
Vagrant Story. That's another one in the Ivalice verse, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yes. In the
Tactics
Ivalice
remake.
timeline.
Tactics remake. I would
Yep.
love to see one. It doesn't even need to be War of the Lines.
Yeah. That's.
Oh, I've got 1 health. That's bad.
Oh dear.
What did I do? Oh, I died. That's what I do. Okay.
I was going to say you probably shoot it with something really big so it'll stagger, but getting squished, I suppose, is also an option.
Yeah. You think Parasite Eve's dead thanks to third birthday? Yeah. It wasn't good. Do you remember what the fuck ever happened with that weird ass game? What was it? Splitterhead?
Yeah, I think that came out.
What?
I think that came out.
Shut up! No way.
Yeah, it was like. Was it not like Shadow dropped?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, bruh.
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. I can check. I can check on it, but I don't. I think it was like released and it was sort of like. I don't know, like middling to good. And right, okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I don't remember that shit ever coming out.
Slitterhead, let me see. Oh no, it isn't out yet. You're right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so let me see. So as of 31st of January, I think this is the last time I saw anything about it here. So there was no release date at the time, and Toyama, one of the developers, was saying that we're currently preparing to complete the verification of the prototype's core concept, and then we increase the size of the team and start full-scale production.
Alright, so it's not even really been made yet.
So it's in the conceptual stages right now.
God damn, it's been in the conceptual stages for like 2 years.
Yeah.
After the vertical slice was announced, what the fuck?
Yeah. The only trailer to be released for it was the reveal trailer. And yeah, it's just not. There's not really been anything since.
That's crazy. Oh, Gauss Cannon's a bad idea. That sends you backwards.
Because literally, one of the, you know, like when they asked the developer about it, like he's literally just quoted as saying, "I can't really go into a lot of details yet," which is corporate code for we're really early.
Yeah. We're in DMCA town.
Yeah.
Well, I really hope that comes out because it looked really weird and I want to see more of it.
Yeah.
I like me weird things.
Yeah. And the one game that I would be very confident that we're going to see a significant slice of it tomorrow night, purely because I've noticed that in the past couple of days, maybe the last week in total, it has been all over any form of social media that I've been on. Mm-hmm. I think we are approaching a release date for Lies of P.
Yes, I've heard August.
Yeah, because we're kind of like just the sheer volume of advertising for it just now is quite impressive. It is. I've not seen any other trailers to now, but I think we could be building up to it just with the social media ads.
Yeah, I saw it on my Facebook this week and I was kind of hype as fuck by it. So it's on Normie Media. It's got to be soon. It's got to be in the next couple of months.
They were asking the fan base riddles.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's what is it that everybody does but nobody will admit to doing?
Masturbating.
Funnily enough, I know a certain person who said the exact same thing.
Who was it?
Who do you think?
Oh, yes! My dog.
So,
See in a couple of days.
yeah. But no, the answer is, of course, thematic lying.
Oh.
Because no one admits to it.
I like
Then
that
they
thing
wouldn't.
better. Oh,
Then no one admits to it because then they wouldn't be lying.
fair, okay.
So I think we'll probably get a lengthy segment of that. Maybe even like a sort of like playthrough, talk through thing. I don't know. Maybe they'll show off some more bosses.
I think we might even be in, like, near final trailer territory, like launch trailer
Possibly.
territory.
They'll probably drop the release date.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Lies of P immensely. We will definitely be playing that if we can.
Yeah, that'll be good.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck was all that?
I was going to say she broken.
Felt like it. Right, what are you doing now? You big... Do you have anything that you would like to see? Anything else?
So I'm just trying to think. Like, I mean, obviously, I think a lot of where I'm at, and I think it's probably because I'm like really
Old.
I'm really hype. You know, I've been kind of swept up in all the rumor mill stuff, and I think now where I was kind of cautious before and saying, "Oh, should we really get hype?" I'm now kind of been swept up in it a little.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, all the stuff that I really hope for is all the like really pie in the sky stuff that no way are we going to see half of these things. But
I have a question for you.
There's a chance, maybe.
I have a question. Silk Song.
Maybe, I don't know. Well, is that gonna? Do you know what would be amazing, right? I don't want to see Silk Song tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
As harsh as this sounds, I want to see that smug prick Jeff Keighley take it out the Keighley bin again and say it's coming out. I want to see it. I want to see him say that again.
Say it again, Jeff.
Say it like you mean it, Jeff.
Lie to me one more time.
So yeah, because of course, you know, as we draw closer to Summer Games Fest as well, because that's like what, the 7th.
Fuck, is it? Oh my god.
It's soon.
I'm gonna have to watch party that too.
Yeah, and especially because Summer Game Fest essentially has centre stage this year, because not only did E3 fold and fold spectacularly, but the playing field is leveled for a lot of different kind of platforms, because E3 was such a colossal failure. All the major studios and console platforms all decided to do like their own thing, as they have done in years past when E3 died during COVID. So they're gotten used to doing it by themselves, and they're quite happy to do it by themselves. But Summer Games Fest isn't like a corporate showcase. Well, it is a bit, but it isn't a corporate showcase in the same way that E3 was. It's mainly, you know, kind of trying to get people hyped about world premieres.
It's just Big Jeff showing off that he's got dirt on everybody.
In his Keeley bin.
He keeps them all. He's got their souls. He's got them all in a contract. What do you do there?
He's like the Cuphead devil.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I wonder how many games that we could be getting hyped for right now, but Jeff's just like, no, I'm not ready yet.
Do you think he's the one that's been holding back Beyond Good and Evil 2?
No, I think Beyond Good and Evil 2 has been held back by more than just him. I think it's been held back by a lot of
oobies.
A lot of false promises there, yeah. Right, I think the thing that's going against it is that like Bobby Kotick's not interested, so you know, unless Bobby wants it.
No, Kotick's Blizzard.
Yeah, I know, but he has got his hand in every pie. Come on, let's face it, you know this guy's everywhere. Do you know how much money that guy's worth? Are you fucking kidding me? We live in Bobby's world.
Oh yeah, we're all in Bobby's world. It's Bobby's world, we just live in it.
Exactly, and I just wanted to make sure that he got his paid dues for when he finally takes over and puts us in the Bobtopia.
But no, what we're actually talking about is it's the studio and the studio and house of that psychopath Yves Guillemot.
Oh yeah, okay, that's another one.
Yeah. Ubisoft, remember, by the way, last year, I said on stream, and it was the case at the time, that Ubisoft is at the top of the most loathsome game company at the moment. They've knocked EA off the top in terms of public satisfaction and public opinion.
Good for you, EA.
Yeah. Imagine that, EA being not the most reprehensible game company out there.
It's like St. Mirren going up a division.
It's now arguably third place after Ubisoft and Activision Blizzard.
Ooh, I don't know, there's a few other ones that I would say might be contending. Square Enix are making a strong argument.
Square Enix are as I say, disassociative identity as usual. Like, there are multiple... Square Enix at this point has multiple personality disorder.
It does feel like if any corporation in the world was going to be Hydra, it would be them, but they'd be taking it a bit too literally.
Yeah, because like, when you think about it, right, like, the Square Enix, the same Square Enix that produced Chocobo kart racing, also is producing Final Fantasy 16, also is producing Final Fantasy 7 Remake Cycle, and is also the ones that put out the first Soldier in Babylon's Fall.
Oh yeah. And the NFT game, don't forget about that.
Yep, and I mean, how could we? We've only been reminded about it twice. 2 years in a row. And a New Year's message from the CEO of the company.
Please buy my JPEGs.
Much you betting they're actually his like NFTs that he's minted, and he's now stuck with them unless he can sell them off.
Seems like that might be a bit of a peek behind the curtain, to be honest. I don't know if we're supposed to be looking at that.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, here's a wild card out of left field for you.
Okay.
Not too long ago, something that you said would never happen happened.
Did I?
Yeah.
What's that?
You said it would never happen, and yet it happened.
The fuck did I say?
The announcement of Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, Dragon's Dog shit too? Nah, it wasn't. Come on, you call it an announcement? It was a fucking hat or like a t-shirt. Come on, man. We've seen a t-shirt.
They said it. They said it, so maybe they have a trailer now.
Maybe.
Maybe they, yeah.
You can't convince me it's good.
No, it's not. It's I think that like I think I probably said this on the stream before, but Dragon's Dogma satisfies a very particular like type of gaming experience, and it's purely because of the level of inconvenience that you endure as part of it. I don't know how else to explain it. It's essentially because the travelling in it is so obtuse and it's so long, and it literally there is like screens and screens of time. Like if we streamed it on this Twitch channel, we would spend the vast majority of the stream running down basically down like a sort of hilly mountainside somewhere.
Sounds absolutely fucking riveting, dude.
Yeah, it's like it would be like Skyrim, but just the exploring segments for like 80% of the time.
See, here's the thing, right? You know how I feel about games and other people. I normally think that other people completely ruin games.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter is the one exception.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that goes... Fuck me. It's the one thing that goes against the rule. If you are playing Monster Hunter, I want to play with my friends.
Yes.
Which I will be doing next week. Join us.
Yeah. We will be doing that next week. And I think now we've gotten to kind of the end of the rumour mill. Should we talk about Monster Hunter Rise before we finish up?
Yes. I'm trying. How do you mean, Kino? Because I'm doing it, or I'm bringing it up to get switch onto the Gauss cannon, which, you know, should be doing something. I just need to get good. Yeah. Monster Hunter. The first thing I want to talk about Monster Hunter is weapons.
Yes, indeed. So specifically, what weapons will we be playing?
Yeah, that's the first big debate, because I have a tradition, but I also have a preference, and those two things do not align. So we we did start tier listing the weapons last week, and I do want to kind of continue doing that. But let's kind of go for our short list of weapon picks, and maybe like one like combination will sound pretty good. Well, weapons that I have mained. That I have experience with. Greatsword, longsword, dual blades, hammer, and bow. Okay. So for me, it's probably going to come down to a couple of different options, and that'll be charge blade, gun lance, or greatsword. Now, is there any kind of ones among yours that are tempting you at the moment? You said that there was one one was a tradition and one was a preference. Yeah, so the tradition is that every new Monster Hunter game, I usually pick a new weapon entirely. Yeah. Just start completely fresh with something and play it as if I'm learning the game again from scratch. That's why it took me so long to find that I am truly... Because I thought for a long time I was a katana weeb. Yeah. I really did. I had an identity built up as a longsword main in my little community that I used to play with when I was in high school on the PSPs. It wasn't until Worlds where I truly discovered that no, I've been living a lie all this time. I am not a longsword main. I am a bonk sexual. A hammer bro. I live to bonk, brother. It's my one true calling in life, it's my passion. And yeah, I just What do you think Wackus Bonkus? Kill him! I just think that if I went back to it, obviously I would love to play hammer again. It's my absolute favourite. I have such a fucking blast with the hammer. And I didn't even touch hammer when I played Rise on Switch, because I really wanted to get away from it, just to try new things, not be absolutely fucking married to it. But it really is the best relationship I've ever had in my life. You know, it feels like the one that got me. I just don't know.
Why deny it? Yeah.
None of the other weapons seem super interesting to me.
So, I usually try to do kind of something different each time as well. And for Worlds, it was Charge Blade. I turned into a sort of idiot savant with that weapon.
What is good? Is this thing broken?
Well, it's breaking. It's you'll get the chance to do the final blow soon if you keep your attacks up.
That looks like it. Come on, fuckhead. Start glowing. Show me your squishy bits and glow. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Do it.
Oh. Oh. God damn.
Fatality.
Sick. That was pretty intense. We turned it into the Gape Dragon.
Yeah.
Ding.
Down to Blighttown you go.
You've won.
Knee deep in the dead.
You stopped the invasion and closed the portal. But it's come at a price. Argent, Vega, this entire operation. You see, I've watched your work. Come to understand your motivation. You think the only way is to kill them all, leave nothing behind. And you may be right. But we can't just shut it all down. Without Argent energy, it will be worse. I don't expect you to agree.
I fucking knew you were a bad guy.
Yep, least surprising heel turn ever.
Yeah, I'll see you in Eternal, bud.
Our work. I am not the villain in this story. I do what I do because there is no choice.
Rerouting tether coordinates complete.
Our time is up.
Yep.
I can't
Sequel baiting.
but I won't have you standing in our way.
Cool.
Until we see each other again.
It's a sword.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. You do get to swing that around in Eternal as far as I know.
Amazing. Well, that was some pretty good sequel bait.
Yeah.
And we did it! Another game down.
Yes, indeed. I'll resume talking about Monster Hunter weapons in a moment, but now that we've gotten through that, initial final thoughts?
Probably one of the best Bethesda games I've played.
Yeah, it is surprisingly well put together for a Bethesda game.
Yeah, it worked, it was fun, good replayability, still some stuff to do that we've not checked out yet, so it could be even better. I like that Doomslayer managed to have a personality.
Yep.
Yeah, all in all, I am quite the impressed. I'm like
Yeah, I
an
was-
impressed thing.
I was pretty surprised with it as well, particularly as I'm not usually an FPS guy.
Same.
Like that, most of the time, unless there's something else driving it along, like something like Bioshock,
Yeah.
or or like Fallout New Vegas or something like that. Like if something's driving us along and it's a first-person game, then fine. But normally, like a boomer shooter wouldn't really, it wouldn't really land for me.
Yeah.
And this game kind of really drew me into that 100%. Like so much so that one of a game that I'm actually quite keen to possibly try out is it just got another trailer today. It's called Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun,
Oh yeah.
and it's basically set up like old Doom slash Quake,
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
and it's kind of pixel arty almost, but it's like got a bit of like modern polish on, and it looks hilarious.
Great name too.
Yep, Bolt Gun. But yeah, was pretty impressed. I haven't played Eternal yet. I will probably head it up at some point.
Yeah.
But we got lots of Zelda and a guilty trudge back to Horizon to get through first,
Oh dear.
and of course a Hunter must hunt.
Absolutely, I can't wait for it. Next week we're going to start our adventures in Rise. Right, okay, what am I playing?
Yeah. So what weapons we're doing? So in World for me it was Charge Blade, and I did do some gun lance in that as well. But in Rise so far, like my first experience with base game Rise was honestly it was mostly Greatsword, and that is because in Rise Greatsword's biggest problem is solved, and that is its lack of mobility, because everyone has great mobility because of the wire bugs.
Yeah.
So the wire bugs were at first they were something that I wasn't too keen on, but as I got used to using them, I actually really like them.
I think I need to break it down scientifically.
Well,
Look at the weapons and see what I want, what I not want. I do not want anything rain. Why is my TV got an auto?
Oh, is it trying to turn off?
Yeah, brand new TV, so it was just coming up saying press any button to not have the TV turn off.
All right, cool. So yeah, I've been really enjoying Greatsword with Rise. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing that or whether I want to try something else. But yeah, I think there are a couple other weapons I've always wanted to try. Like dual blades have always interested me.
Okay.
And dual blades in Rise with the wire bugs, that's just like Attack on Titan mode, right?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
How do I get to the other difficulty? Just by loading the game?
So yeah, you just you should be able to mission select and
I'll give it a try. Mission select UAC. Oh no, it's not giving me a difficulty option.
alright, okay. Is there a new game option on the main screen then?
I tried new game and it didn't have anything above ultra violence.
Okay.
Bizarre, I'll need to look into it. DB bring dash juice? Correct. Dash juice is a must, one of your inventory items you need. I don't know, man. I don't know if, like, what I liked about the hammer was its simplicity. It was beautiful. It was just perfect, a precision instrument. I don't like all the stuff you need to fuck around with. Like, see the pogo stick? You got a good pogo stick player, that's hype as hell, but I don't want to have to do all that busy work.
Yeah, the pogo stick's a laugh. I've done that in the past. I think that was my weapon in MH4. And I think the whole reason that I did it in MH4 was that it had a jump, and like mountain monsters was still quite, it was still quite new back then.
Yeah.
But like now with like with an insect glaive, you can be Apache attack helicopter all the time.
That does sound kind of fun.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a blender.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, no, I've only got the 3 difficulty options.
Yeah, actually, there's one aspect of like insect glaive that you'd probably quite like. Is see the bug. You can like third person aim the bug to attack certain parts of the monster, and then you tell it to return, and it gives you like a coloured pip. And there's like a white, a red, and an orange. And if you get all of them, it like extends your aerial attacks, and you do more damage.
Yeah, that's the busy work I cannot be bothered with. I just want my hammer, make it glow, hit the thing.
Well, that's fair enough. That's what that's kind of like the cycle of glaive, because you target and you like you're hit and run all the time. So like you're in, do a bunch of damage, out, light up all your targets, go back in. So it's like it is hit and run. So like if that's a sort of it has a sort of play style almost.
What the fuck is that?
Nope.
Sea boy.
It has a very definite play style about it. So some of the weapons definitely do. I don't know what I'll do. Don't know what I'll do this time. I'm kind of quite content to work off yourself, really. So like, if you're doing like hammer. I'll maybe like tank up for you with Charge Blade.
I mean, I would love to play hammer again. It's my boo, it's my favourite, but you know, it is a good opportunity to play something new.
To mix up. Have you ever done Sword and Shield?
No, I've not. That's probably the one out of all of them that I would be the least kind of hesitant to try.
So Sword and Shield nowadays like is very different. Like you do still get a head bash, which is the shield bash.
Yeah.
Which does knockout damage the same as the hammer does. So you can like bonk them with your shield still. You also get like an on-demand jumping attack,
Cool.
which is pretty cool. And you can also heal like while guarding or dodging.
That's pretty
So,
sick.
So yeah, it's an interesting one.
You can Dragon Punch with Sword and Shield. Alright.
You can, sure you can.
Alright, okay. That might change things a little.
But Sword and Shield, I mean, you can do that as like sheer DPS, or you can almost play support and shield.
Yeah.
Where like you can have like loads of like buff stuff. Not quite as much buff stuff as like Hunting Horn, but definitely like kind of keeping your teammates up as well.
Yeah, okay. Like I say, Sword and Shield's probably the one that I'm the least resistant to.
Yeah.
Everything else has got stuff about it where I'm a little bit like hesitant to really commit to it.
So like Sword and Shield is the thing about it that's kind of less enthusiastic is that it's kind of like a jack of all trades and master of none. You can do a little bit of everything and do it fairly well, but there's not anything in particular that the Sword and Shield does better than anything else.
Yeah. Well, that's the way I always saw it. Sword and Shield, in the game that I started playing Monster Hunter on, Sword and Shield was like the default starting weapon.
Yeah.
So I always saw that as almost like the default you know, this is the Ryu of the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Use this to learn how to play the game, and then go and play something more interesting.
Yeah. Find your thing, whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. Because stuff like Greatsword was always a bit too specialised, even though it is the one that's on the box art. You know, you have to learn how to maneuver with that shit in position so that you don't get caught out by its really slow speed.
Well, the thing is, I mean, that's part of why that I've really enjoyed playing it in Rise so far, because it's the great sword's biggest problem is solved. The fact that it has like shit for mobility most of the time.
Yeah.
And you need to like sheathe and unsheathe to run after the monster as it, you know, goes and attacks all your pals and doesn't hold still for you.
It will hold still until you get to a level 2 charge.
Yeah, and then it's the level 3 charge whiff.
Yeah, the level 3s. Between level 2 and level 3 is when it decides it's going to prance away.
the big hype moment with the greatsword, and this is like something that I suppose as a hammer user you probably get a little bit of as well. But if you're a greatsword user, you're the master of the wake up slap.
Oh yes.
You put down your 2 explosive barrels either side of its head, and you position yourself so that when you do your charge 3, it connects and you get 4 figures of damage.
It's pretty amazing, especially when you've got other people that are putting theirs down as well, so you get the ultra explosion.
Yeah. But yeah, so with a greatsword, you know, being the big heavy attacks, because you got the wire bug and you're zipping around all over the place, like you've got ODM gear on. Having a big heavy weapon is not such an encumbrance. In fact, there is a weapon skill that you get, like a wire bug technique, which is just hurls you, like slingshots you as a greatsword user, like into the air at the monster that you're facing.
Cool.
And you cover so much ground, it's ridiculous.
Nice. Yeah.
You can like leap over a monster if you like positioned it wrong. You just go right over it.
What about Lance? Lance any good?
So, Lance is a very particular playstyle. It is all about counter hits.
Okay.
So like the Lance's shield is like 100% block. It is the most defensive shield there is.
Yeah.
Like a Lance shield will stop just about any kind of regular monster attack. Will just bounce right off.
I've seen it stop Aladreon attacks and shit.
Yeah. Then they get like a low thrust and a high thrust, and there's like there are kind of another couple of moves that it gets. One of the funniest ones is the charge, which is basically you literally tuck your head down and sprint with a lance pointing straight ahead.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's got ora, 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 written all over it. But yeah, so yeah, Lance is like often memed in the Monster Hunter community as there is a quite a famous kind of Lance user in the community called the Angry Lancer.
Right.
And it's whenever there's any post relating to lances in any way, you get a whole bunch of people angry reacting.
What if I stepped it up a notch and went for the ultimate fuck around weapon?
Mm.
The Doot Flute.
Oh, the Doot Flute. So there are a couple of, I think the wackiest weapons in Monster Hunter are the hunting horn, the switch axe, and the charge blade. They're weird. The Doot Flute is something I've never actually played as,
Yeah.
and I think I don't know what threw me off, whether it was just like looking like it was complicated, but either that or like it just seemed like too much of a support thing.
Yeah.
But then again, when I first played Monster Hunter, I didn't know anyone else who played it.
It's more like a Great Hammer. Ooh.
Yeah, it is a lot of the time. They are hammers. For they're usually like iron bagpipes and things like that, or big,
That's
big,
pretty sick.
huge monster horns, essentially.
Yeah.
But it's but now it has branched out with a good bit with the new mechanics. I did see that it was no longer kind of just purely a support class, so yeah, could be worth a look as well. It is a left field choice for sure.
Hang on. There's 14 weapons types, right?
There are, yes.
Right, so great sword, sword and shield, long sword, charge blade, switch axe, hammer, hunting horn,
Bow, light bow gun, heavy bow gun.
LBG, HBG. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Insect glaive.
Insect glaive. Oh, DBs, fuck's sake.
Yep, dual blades.
Lance.
Gun lance.
Gun lance. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Perfect, right. So remove great sword. Remove long sword. Remove hammer. Remove dual blades and bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you have a D10?
Yeah, I can roll one on my phone to 6.
We'll make 10 a reroll.
Okay, so simple dice roller. 1d10. Right, okay, you ready?
Yep.
1.
Oh, that's sword and shield.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so I guess it's sword and shield I'm playing then, is it?
Right, okay. So what about, right, you know how you make that joke and you say that I'm like a man but bigger?
Yeah.
Well, what if I do charge blade and I'm a sword and shield but bigger?
You have to make your character. Can you customize the character's appearance at all? I can't
Oh yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah,
That is a
okay.
character creator.
You have to make your guy fucking huge, and I'll make mine tiny.
Brilliant.
And we will call him Mini-Me. Oh, I'm your Palico.
Well, remember as well, you got the choice between a Palico and a Palamute, and I know what I usually pick now.
Charge blade, technical as fuck. Have you used it before?
Yeah, I got through most of Monster Hunter World purely on Charge Blade.
Jesus.
I know all the combos.
Nuts.
I know how to charge my shield and my sword, and do an ultimate elemental discharge. So we're all good.
La dee da. So, thanks everybody for watching. That is us at time. What I wanted to say, if anybody's free tomorrow for the State of Play and they want to do like a watch party on Discord or whatever,
Yeah.
I'd be super down for that.
That would be cool. So yeah, if we want to do that, let's do that. There's a lot of rumors going around. But you'll probably be discussing a good bit of them on Thursday, because you'll get the first crack at reactions.
I feel as though Thursday though is more of like the movie, TV, that kind of medium. We've got a lot of Harry
Yeah.
Potter to get through, so I'll probably touch on stuff, but I really do feel like state of play discussion is our territory.
Okay. Well, we can well, we can stew over the weekend, I suppose.
I mean, I'm gonna if like half of the shit that was is rumored to be announced is announced, or even just one or
Mm.
two key things, I'm probably gonna need a couple of days to recover and like eat enough stuff so that I can get fluids back in my body because I'll be purging a lot. It'll be tears. It'll be sweat. Maybe some cum.
I'm gonna be getting on the Monster Hunter probably in between now and then. As I say, I said to you off stream as well, but
Mm.
I don't want us to be waiting around for two sets of cutscenes.
Mhm.
So I'll make sure that I'm kind of ready for whatever's happening that week.
Sick. And I, between streams, will be playing the fuck out of Monster Hunter, but not going ahead of where we are. I will be
Yep,
crown hunting whatever we've already killed.
sick.
Because that's the thing again. But yes, Tuesday, join us. It is. I mean, Thursday, join me. It is. Fuck, I don't know what I'm playing on Thursday. What am I playing on Thursday? Is it Ghostbusters? Is it Lego? That's, oh, fuck.
Good question.
I don't know. It's a new game on Thursday.
It's a new game. Tune to find out which one.
Yeah, and then we'll be playing a new game on Tuesday, and it is Monster Hunter, and I'm so excited. I really am.
It is Monster Hunter Rise. And are we going? Are we going? Kind of all the way full sunbreak on this one?
Well, I mean, I don't see why not. It's a Monster Hunter game, innit? 955 hours into World though, so you know, if we're
Yeah.
doing that, that might be match abandoned for the FF thing, and I'll just do that privately.
Yeah, maybe because there's a lot of content to get through.
Yeah, and the more we were talking about it the other day, the more I was like, maybe nine's not a great one to stream.
Yeah,
Maybe 8 is the one to stream because there's actually a discussion to be had there.
yeah, and potentially a good, a decent bit of comedy maybe.
Oh, who knows?
'Cause
Maybe at the
we
end of it,
probably
I'll be reformed.
we can probably make of that. We had a lot of fun with 12, right?
Oh, I loved it. I'm going to look
Aye.
back on that with fond memories. Whenever I look
Aye.
at my Final Fantasy 12 guidebook now, I no longer think of my dad rolling joints on it.
Well, we did have a good time doing that, but I think we'll probably have as good a time with 8, even though you might be hating the gameplay.
I've got to a weird stage in my life where games that I don't like entertain me almost as much as games that I do like. Like, I would actually kind of be up for playing The Last of Us 2 with somebody else.
Right, yeah.
You know, that kind of shit. Like, I've
Mhm.
found a morbid fascination in dissecting things that I don't like.
Well, I mean, there is a definitely an established thing for that. People like to watch that, so if you want to do some more of that on Twitch, then I'm here for it. That'll be a laugh.
Ah, fuck. Well, anyway, everybody, thanks for coming along. It's been a blast. Join us for State of Play watch party tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Be there or be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Those are the options. Alright, take it easy. Peace.